Greetings, everybody. This is your moderator, Brother Eric. I'm going to share the screen here in a second. Get our agenda here. And second here, I am actually using a different computer. So okay, hang on. Have to type in a password here. Hang on, everybody. I apologize. Anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Yeah, it looks like Tom, you're on the call. Can you hear me? Pause.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, you hear me? Okay, good. Thank you. Another one here. Just get my recording set here. I apologize, everybody. All right, it's July 3rd. So as always, we'd like to thank Brother Cody for letting us use his premium Zoom account. Justice Coalition, we talk about what's called revolutionary unionism, and that is inspired by the industrial workers of the world. And that is, we take power from our employer and the politicians through direct action at work, democratically control our unions. And by doing so, we can dismantle the service and transactional model of business unionism. That's the way things have been for the past 50 years. So a couple things is every meeting that we have has an agenda, and you can access the agenda. You type in chicagotransitworker.com, and there's a button that says CTJC meetings. Click that. And all you have to do is find the date of the meeting. Click on that, takes you right here. And then you can access all the links we shared. So we have a template, a couple things to help you out when it comes to holding the officers accountable. You want to know how do you do that? So we actually have a couple things. Filing charges against union officers. All right, is a button right there. Click that. And basically just put the name of the person and what it is you think that they're what you want to put charges on them for. And we're still working on it. You know, we have a union officer evaluation, because sometimes when they do a good job too, whether they're doing a good job or not, you want to report that. That spreadsheet I showed, actually, that was the wrong link. Here's the correct link. It's a work in progress, right? Here's the template. And that spreadsheet I showed you is something that we use at the Justice Coalition to keep track of what people send. This is much less complicated. And at least it should be. Pardon me. I am really sick. I am isolated in my room. I'm on a different computer with bad Wi-Fi. Nothing is working today. So, anyways, we have a document. All you got to do is just, download it, open it up in Microsoft Word or something, and then put in the name, the date, everything, and then it gives you a petition. So you need 10 signatories. Right? And when we go to we also have just a link for the website. We have YouTube channel. We have Twitter page. We got a Facebook public page. We have organizing. But all kind of things to help you hold leadership accountable. Go ahead, Tom. You got your hand up.
Yeah, I see you ain't feeling too good. I think we should postpone this meeting till a different day till you're feeling better and you get a little more participation on here too.
I agree.
Well,
you wrote some really good things this morning, and terrible.
yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. No, it's it's got to be done. So I'll get through it. I really don't have any other time to do this. I just planned this. We planned this, and I got to stick to it. I appreciate that. Thank you. And if you guys can't stand
Okay.
to me, go ahead and disconnect because I don't want to torture you.
Well,
No, not
I just want you to be feeling better. It's just the three of us, so I wanted to postpone this to a different day. I wouldn't mind.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll survive. Like I said, I got plenty of cough drops and water and stuff. And I'm dropping everything right now. So, but we'll get through this real quick. So, let's do some brief introductions. I'm Eric Desir. I'm a rail car repairman. Now I'm sick with another second bout of COVID. Isn't it lovely? Go ahead, Kathy.
okay. I'm Kathy Strelecki, retired switchman, Progressive Labor Party for over 40 years, with a break in between because I felt pessimistic.
Great, thank you. And Tom.
Okay, could you? Uh-oh.
He is Tom Colangelo, the ATU, Forest Glen Garage, and former PACE.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. And then we have someone with 7408. Could you please introduce yourself? Okay. All right, so if we have to discuss anything just within the meeting, we'll just have to put 7408 in the waiting room until we know who that is. Okay. All right, let's do our history lesson. It's very important to know about what people did, the mistakes they made, and the successes they had in other struggles. And I'm hoping y'all are going to be able to hear it. And it's takes place in the year 1786. It's called the nation's first strike. And this was a day when the labor historians consider America's first strike in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And doesn't look like it's playing. So maybe you can play it back. It could be, like I said, my connection's really bad. Looks like it's loading. And then here's another cool bit of history. This is about ATU Local 1028. They had it's a Pace bus garage, and they had a strike. Hopefully that will load. A little slow here. Sure, Kathy, if you want to read it out loud, but I don't think this one had a transcript. I see that in your chat.
Yeah, I could go to this day in labor history and see if I can find it.
Yeah, so in the agenda is the link for it. Let me put it in the chat for you.
Okay.
I don't think it has a transcript though.
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't. And then this Pace bus isn't loading. My computer can't handle this. Okay, I'm using a little laptop, not using my main computer. I'm sorry, y'all. So what you do, just go to the agenda and click on those links. All right. All right, let's go to our organizing lesson. This is about, this is from the Secrets of a Successful Organizer. So we've been learning now every week, thank you, the art of one-on-one conversations. You've recognized that you don't need to recruit everyone at once and gotten past the assumption that nobody cares. Organizing starts with the resources you have. Maybe for now, it's just you and one other person. You know what, Kathy, would you be able to read this? Is it too small?
okay. Is it, where I'm gonna have to stretch it out because I'm stuck on my phone. These are one-on-one conversations. Should I start there?
On the next, yeah, go ahead.
The next one?
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay. These are one-on-one conversations. These one-on-one conversations will be the building blocks of your organizing, but you probably can't have an in-depth talk with every person in your workplace. There are only 24 hours in a day. Plus, you've probably found some coworkers you can't get through to. For you, they're like a brick wall. Somehow someone else might have better luck. If only you had a team working in sync. So how do you figure out who to start with? Which people do you want to draw into the core group? How can you form a communications network that reaches everybody? Find out in lesson 3, map your workplace and its leaders. Should I keep on reading?
Please, yes.
You've learned the art of one-on-one conversations. You've recognized that you don't need to recruit everyone at once and gotten past assumptions that nobody cares. Organizing starts with the resources you have. Maybe for now, it's just you and one other person. Next, you'll want to analyze the power and relationships that exist in your workplace already. One of the smartest ways to start is by drawing up a comprehensive picture of your workplace. Understanding who does what, including management, is your first step in shifting power.
Okay, thank you. So Kathy, Tom, and 7408, what do y'all think of this so far?
It seems pretty straightforward.
And we've kind of experienced this, right? When we've gone out to talk with coworkers, right?
Yep.
Um, so how about you read that? Can you see that next page? Assemble your dream team.
The one that starts among 130 nurses.
To the left of that. Maybe you
Oh, okay, I
scroll
got it.
over.
Okay, assemble your dream.
Yeah.
At Chicago Hospital Emergency Department, stewards had tried petitioning management to address dangerous understaffing, but to no avail. To increase the pressure, they decided to organize a boycott of overtime. We got out the map of the entire department, said Steward Dennis Kasuth. All different shifts, the observation area, the pediatric area, we had to make sure to have people in those areas on all shifts. We knew which people had pull among the different cliques or groups at work. I went to those people first, and they would spread the word to other people. I was always looking for the people who say what they think, even if I don't always agree with them. The people who are seen by their coworkers and even by management sometimes as leaders in the workplace. Not the person who goes to management because this person looked at me funny, but those who will say to their supervisors, we need to have more help here, or go up to their coworkers and say, this isn't safe. And now the next page. Among 130 nurses and dozens of paramedics, there were many immigrants and more than a dozen ethnic groups: Filipinos, Indian, Nigerian, Eritrean, Mexican, Puerto Rican, white, African American, Thai, Chinese, Haitian, Liberian, Polish, and Jamaican. At the start of organizing the overtime boycott, said Kasuth, I heard things like, the Nigerians are each supporting 10 families back home. They need the money too much to go along. Or some of my coworkers would tell me, the nurses from India are made to work overtime by their husbands and they won't go against them. I said, let's go ask them. I would bring them with me and they could hear the Indian nurses' reaction themselves. We don't think a one-day boycott is enough. We think it should be 2 weeks. The stewards use their workplace map another way too. They wanted managers to know an overtime boycott was being planned, but they didn't want to inform the boss themselves. So they took note of which nurses would be likely to carry the news to management and made sure those nurses were informed. The boycott succeeded beyond anyone's expectations. Management agreed to hire more staff. Afterward, Kasuth said, the sentiment was, no matter where we came from, when we stick together, nobody can stop us.
Wow. Great. Oh, Kathy, thanks so much for reading that.
Of course.
So what do you think of this? Anybody else want to chime in?
Well, I mean, it was a good inspirational story, you know, of what happened to them and how they were able to organize against overtime. But it's really hard to do that at the CTA, or maybe this sounds like an excuse, but the thing is, people are living way beyond their means, I think, and they've become accustomed to that over time. And maybe it's the wrong attitude for me to take. It'll be too hard to do it, but maybe if we decide to do this, it has to be done very slow, because people will say, oh, there's always going to be people who sign the workbook, and there probably will be. But if we decide to do it, or you all decide to do it, if you could get a number of people not to work overtime, then that would be good. But I don't know. The union has tried to do that. That's another reason I don't like it so much. The union has claimed they were going to do that, at least in 308. But then they really didn't. And they always say, see, you can't organize the CTA workers because people are greedy, people aren't going to stick together. So I don't know. And with the nurses, people were dying, probably patients maybe were dying, or, you know, getting real sick because there weren't enough nurses. It's kind of different here at the
Well,
CTA, like especially for some of the jobs. Go ahead.
yeah, I think the purpose of the class
I'm
is to look at what other people have done and and scrutinize it, get ideas from it, find the flaws in it and the strengths. Ironically, the same people who say we're
Mhm.
greedy and won't uh, won't back off of overtime are the same people who say we're lazy and don't come to work. So,
Mhm.
I think these
Right,
certain kind of negative affirmations that are
right.
fed to us, we have to be cautious of them. Um, but we have 77408 with the hand up. You go ahead, please. Make sure you unmute
Is that
yourself.
me?
Yes, who is this?
Is that me?
I hear you.
It's Andre. It's
Oh,
Andre.
okay.
Andre
I'm
Thompson.
sorry.
Andre Thompson, 103rd.
Sorry,
You're
you
supposed to
should have put
understand
your
everybody
name
on the
in.
line. On the line.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Right.
the doggone places, man. I found my way out. That's all I can tell you. But I have to agree with Kathy on some things on the part about that won't work for the CTA to try to ask the workers to not work overtime, but you could put it in your conversation when we try to get them to do things, because what happens, and then our leaders will gravitate to what we are doing to make it that sounds likable to the members and use it against them. In other words, right now Keith back is against the wall, so now he's trying to make it seem like he wants to do something, but it's all fake, and he really ain't gonna do anything, and he really ain't gonna do nothing against the CTA. But because the cries of the workers are so loud, and we're creating the cries with the workers or for the workers, and the workers are hearing that, his back is against the wall. Other union leaders in the past, they're trying to satisfy the workers by using the workers against the workers, with no intention of really doing what they really should be supposed to be doing. They had no intentions when these calls for overtime, let's stop doing overtime. And I was around, I heard those type of calls too from Bob Kelly and others. These union members are leaders or people that's elected just saying that just to satisfy the masses. Just give them something, to them, and they'll be like, okay, knowing it's not going to happen. And then when it don't happen, they try to blame the workers. Am I right, Kathy?
Yeah, yeah. It may be one reason why it doesn't work because they really don't build for it. They really
No.
don't build for it. And if we wanted to do it, we should say, a lot of people are living above their means. Everybody knows it because it's to work overtime at this job. Even my job, a switchman, where we had plenty of downtime, it's still hard to double up or to work every day and not get an off day. But to drive a bus or operate the train, that shit is hard. It's hard on your body, your brain, your emotions, your family. People do it because they need the money. So maybe that needs to be said. We know people need the money, and that's why you do it. And it's hard. Maybe, let's not do it over the Christmas holiday. That would take us, give 6 months to do that. 4th of July now has come and gone, so that's kind of over.
Okay, so
I don't know.
here's something before we go to Tom. I see Tom's hand up. Here's something I want everyone to focus on is not the specific tactic, but the method of organizing, and that is mapping the workplace, right? Talking with your coworkers. Who are the different people in the different departments? Where's the managers? Who's on the AM? Who's on the PM? Who's on the midnights, right? Because it's not that we come up with ideas and impose them on our coworkers, right? Oh, I got a great idea. Let's have an overtime ban or something. No, it's like, what do you think we should do? And And I think that's what I'd like. I'm not saying this will work or it won't work as far as the overtime ban or overtime strike or whatever you want to call it, whatever we call it. It's kind of, and Kathy, you kind of alluded to it when you said they don't build, the leadership doesn't build. And then Andre said, he said, then the leadership says, oh, see, them lazy members, they don't want to do nothing, you see, because they don't build for it. Just like Kathy said, they don't build for it. And how do you build for it? You map your workplace, you help your coworkers stand up, you inspire them, you help them find their voice, and you try things. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, it don't work because our union, they say, oh, that's a work stoppage, okay? And they scare the people. That's an illegal stoppage when you talk about not doing overtime and this and that. And these people, they believe it. You know, we're making this system run out of nothing. And we're the only ones to blame is the membership.
Yeah, I see. You make a really good point. And again, this is why we have to organize. We have to build up tactics to organize so that.
And can I add something?
Yeah, go ahead.
They're going after these younger people coming in the door now. That's their main focus on getting their votes back in, the newer people. You know, all the ones that have been here for a while, they know they got their mind made up. So these newer ones, they're throwing all kinds of overtime at them, and they're loving it because this is the first real career job that they've ever had, a lot of them. So they think, because I have a lot of them tell me, oh, why do you all harass Keith Hill and Eric Dixon? They run the union. They're the bosses of the union. And I tell them, no, you need to look up what a union is supposed to be instead of what they're telling you it is. I told them it's the memberships that make the decisions, not Keith Hill and Eric Dixon and Woodrow or whoever. But that's the mindset of the younger generation coming in now, is that Keith and Eric Dixon run the show.
That's right. And that's what they tell us. That's what Eric Dixon says. Hill says is we're gonna do what I want to do. I don't have time to deal with all these other people. I'm gonna do what I think we got to do. And of course, what they think we ought to do is really what the CTA, lawyers and politicians tell them to do. You know, and what the ATU International says. But Tom, every time you tell those new people the truth, you put a seed in their minds. I guarantee you that seed will sprout if it didn't already sprout when they left, and they'll begin to they're going to see the truth that we're the boss, not Hill and Dixon.
Well, the main thing is the ATU has given Hill and Dixon too much power, so it makes them look like they're in charge just by them being a president / business agent. There's too much power, and now they got it in their mindset that they can do whatever they want because they have the power of the signature.
Yes. I've been John Ferretti of TWU, Local 100 Fight Back, calls them bosses agents, not business agents. He calls them bosses agents because they are agents for our boss. I brought this up here because Andre was alluding. Brother Andre posted these screenshots from Keith Hill's. We call it the cult group. It's his little group. He only lets people in there who agree with him, and which is interesting because, you know, he says it's open for all 241 members, but it seems not all 241 members can get in. I'm sorry, my computer's loading slow, but here's Keith Hill with an emoji. I've held this all week and I can't no more. We have to stop creating confusion because the chaos is harming good members. I mean, what the hell is this man talking about? And then he says, call to action, muscle arm, stay tuned this week and stay ready. Enough is enough. And he's got fire and fists. What is he
Yeah,
talking
they're gonna have a protest on a Saturday again, probably. Mark my words.
But the whole thing is, don't nobody know what the hell he's talking about. You know, you're making statements like this, and the membership don't have a clue what this brother is talking about. And this is supposed to be a union president of these members. The members is clueless.
Well,
This is bad.
I would like to know what's a good member and what's a bad member. Because I consider myself a good member. I pay the dues every month and I don't need their assistance every month. So what's a bad member? What's the difference?
Great question. What is a bad member? Andre, what's a bad member?
There's no such a bad member is a member that's informed in his mind, that's educated, and that's what he don't want. He don't want a member that's informed, understand the bylaws, understand that the members supposed to direct the union. They don't want members to understand that the members run the local and that they are nothing but servants. And you see they around here sniffing Dorval's butt and sniffing the mayor's butt. They are clueless on who they supposed to be. And you got members that support this kind of stuff. And those are the good members as far as they're concerned. You know, they want straight brainwashed members only. That's why we have a Facebook Live page. And that's why we are all excluded from that page. And, you know, this is not by accident. You know, he clearly understands that he's trying to condition certain members to stay with him, and certain members he want members to understand, you be like these guys, you're gonna get what I'm giving these guys. Keith give me hell, he give you hell, Eric Dixon gives you hell. I mean, we always getting prosecuted, and we got even members. I got cussed out by a member for no reason, because he don't like the way I speak up against the union, against the elected people. So, you know, this is what, and these are people that come at me in the membership that have never attended a union meeting since I've been there.
Yeah.
But they want to talk garbage against you because you speaking up, and they're trying to accuse you of dividing the union. There's no such thing as a member dividing the union.
Here is on.
We got leadership doing that, doing a great job.
On screen, we have a photo of Mayor Lightfoot, 33%, Dorval Carter, Keith Hill, and then one of our supporters went and put me and Andre's faces in there too. And this was another session of, here's the union leadership standing with our employers. Now, you know, telling the members what they're gonna do. And any real union would never, ever, the leadership would never, ever do anything like this. Even if they did like the boss. They would not do these photo ops and travel with the employer to try to get the members to go along with crap. And the members who go off on you, Brother Andre, they don't know, right? Because they just don't know. They don't understand. They're just told what to believe. They don't even realize that they're the ones that are supposed to control the union. Tom, go ahead.
What I like about these pictures is this one here was taken a week after he took one at the park with her at the softball games, correct?
Yes.
Correct. Yep.
So that shows
Yes.
me They're in the bed together.
Yes, absolutely. We do have something. I think it's, I'll bring it up here. Um,
And once again, members were excluded from these opportunities to meet with the mayor and voice our concerns.
Yep, yep, exactly, exactly. Here it is in the corner. Here's Mayor Lightfoot and Keith Hill. Keith Hill's hugging the mayor. The mayor, for those of you who don't know, the mayor of the city of Chicago, no matter who it is, hires and fires members of the president of the CTA and members of the board of directors. She and the governor both work as our top bosses. It is unethical for a union officer to fraternize with our employer. And stuff like this is traitorous. It's absolutely traitorous. Go ahead, Kathy.
Just want to say I agree with everything everybody's been saying, especially about the mayor and the union presidents. And I just want to add about those contracts. The CTA is not going to accept a contract unless it benefits the CTA. And for decades, the union leadership has been saying it's a good contract. It's a good contract. It's the best contract we could get. Vote for the contract. Or else they don't even tell us. They didn't used to even tell us anything about it. But anyway, that was my only point. Yeah, they're in bed with the mayor. And they're real active in that bed too. Yeah.
They're very busy. But yeah, this was another one. That's not really me. That's me, my picture, but this anonymous donor sent this meme, put my face in there. But
Can I
yeah,
say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're like that book, Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
You remember that book where you find Waldo? That's you now with the mayor.
I gotta stop. Okay, so so let's go to and Kathy mentioned the CTA is not going to accept the contract that we ran, and that's what we have to understand is that we have to fight, we have to create and fight for a contract that we want and that the members are a part of and the members make, and because then the members will have a stake in it and the members will put everything on the line for it, you see. But when it's a contract that Keith Hill and some lawyers come up with that Lori Lightfoot approves, it's gonna suck like the one we have, you know, it's just gonna suck. Go ahead, Tom.
Well, first of all, you keep saying we have a contract with them. We don't have a contract. We have a written agreement. Because if we had a contract, every time they violated it, we could actually go and sue them.
Yes. So when I use the word contract, you're correct. I use it because of it's that vernacular that a lot of people understand. It is not a contract. You're absolutely correct. It is a collective bargaining agreement. And it's an agreement. And then the only force that we have that's legal regarding it is a so-called third party neutral arbitrator. And that's mentioned in our collective bargaining agreement, but you are correct. So thanks for keeping us straight.
Well, I think that's an issue that needs to be brought up with the union, because as long as we have an agreement, they're going to keep violating the agreement And then they're gonna go to these arbitrators who can interpret it a different way than what is written. They always find a loophole. When there's a contract, there is no loophole.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It still does not negate the need for direct action and fighting, because with collective action publicly and directly at the job, because no law, no judge, no administration anywhere of government or industry will ever truly stand up for our needs. So, but you do have a good point. I'm bringing up the workers' contract. While we're talking about contract or collective bargaining agreements, at the Justice Coalition, we actually have one called the workers' contract that members write. So check it out at chicagotransitworker.com. Okay, let's see. CTA lawyer Brad Jensen. Wow. Did y'all
This is gonna be an
see-
interesting conversation.
What'd you say, Andre?
I said this is gonna be an interesting conversation. This Brad Johnson, lawyer, and these attitudes of the union officials is crazy to me that an elected union official is taking the direction of the company through their company lawyers, telling them what they cannot do. It don't even make sense to even listen. If you're a real union official, you don't let the company give you permission to go left or right. I don't understand this. And these guys is coming hard with this letter they supposed to have from this Brad person. This is my sentiment. Fuck him and the CTA. We the union. We don't have to listen to this rhetoric that they throwing at us. It's just that simple. Even if it's within the law. And I think he's just bullshitting with this letter. I don't understand why a union official would even embrace this and try to bring it to the membership. But they must be under a lot of pressure from the membership, wanting them to make some type of action or some type of move against the CTA, because you got people dying on the bus. It just don't make any sense. In broad daylight, in front of coworkers, in front of line employees, you're getting people getting shot. You got one of our guys in jail for the rest of his life for unloading on one of these crazy passengers. Something got to give here with so-called union elected leadership. And the people got to keep up the pressure. These guys are rats. And that's my comment.
Thank you. Vicky, go ahead.
Good afternoon, fellas. Yeah, I agree with you, Andre. I feel the fire inside of you, and what we dealing with is some weak banana backs, and it's only going to take us to make some action now. We're going to have to do it. How we got Jefferson and them up out of there is when we got laid off in 2010, and when we got back to work, you had a lot of those laid off workers, and we found out all the dirty deeds that they was doing. But you guys was still at work, and you guys was in the union, so you guys knew what it was, so y'all kept the pressure on them. So it was something big. When we came back, we said, no, we ain't finna just let them walk in. And that's when we did that debate. And then you bring out all they little dirty deeds and brought it, and then they had the election, even though Dirty Jefferson got back in, he got back in, but one person got in was Sandra Simmons. So she seen all the dirty deeds, and so she stood up and said, no, I'm not gonna let this sweep this up under the rug. And when she brung it out, that's when International came in, because you remember they wanted us to pay for the money that they had took. from, I mean, well, actually, they didn't pay for something they didn't pay. I think they didn't pay for their insurance or something. The officers'
A pension bill,
insurance. Yeah.
officer pensions.
Yeah. We're gonna have to make a action now, and it's the members. The only way the members is one gonna have to expose it. And because when Sandra Simmons had brought it to the members said, hell no. Everybody voted against that. They said, hell no, we ain't finished. Y'all just created this AC trust. We don't know nothing about the AC trust. Y'all keep taking the union dues, and when they vote the shit down, then International came out. Then that's when all they dirty deeds came out. And this is that. Now, but it took the members to take an action now, and so something's gonna have to. We're gonna have to organize something for the. It's something gonna have to happen. I agree with you. Some crooks, some dirty agents are deceptive. I can't even stand them. That's why I don't even want to be around them. They corrupted. But you gotta uproot them. You gotta uproot them up out of them. That's all I gotta say.
But one of the things that actually brought the international in was the charges Tommy and myself put together, and that brought the international attention on some of the things that was being charged against Jefferson. And when they investigated, they found a whole slew of things that we didn't even know nothing about. You know, it was due to the investigation of the local from charges being brought on us. Then they turned around and put charges on me and Tom. But those things brought the international in awareness and basically awareness from the members. We was members. You know, we were seeing things going on just like we're seeing things going on now. But the only difference is you got an international president that's with this corruption. He's allowing Keith to run his own local without interference from the international.
Yeah, because I wrote
we got a problem with that's okay. It's your thing, it's your floor. I just want to say we got a problem with our local and we got a problem with international local. So we got two corrupt entities against the membership of local 241 and local 308. Okay, go ahead, Vicky. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, even though in my case too, I went to Costco and I told him about the situation that had happened where I got people been coming back to work that got fired after me, and I told him about it. Well, he told that well. I told Keith Hill about it. I mentioned it to him, but it's his local. Just like you said, he's handling his local. And Keith Hill is the one that's blocking me. I know he is blocking me. And so the next step and the next move, I gave Costco that information. It's been 2 years. Do you think they even once reached out to me and told me about my grievance, which is a winnable grievance, an update on a grievance? So I'm just going to do my steps. And the next move I make, I'm gonna have to make some noise. I would be making some noise again, but I gotta do that thing because you don't have people blocked. They constantly. I mean, they got a lot of agents and deceptions that's working with them. So yeah, but we gotta expose things and they answer stuff out of there. I like using profanity, but hey, when it comes down to them, I want to kick their ass. I could really slap them. The head ring in the face, I don't even know but a coward.
Well, keep the awareness going, Vicky, with the membership. You know, people still know you, and when you speak, people still listen to you. And we must continue to bring awareness of what's happening to us as members and as a local. We have to continue to just talk to each other.
I agree.
Thank you, Andre and Vicky. Hey, Andre, do me a favor. When you are not speaking, if you just make sure you stay on the mute, because there's something about your microphone has a lot of feedback and it cuts into the other person speaking sometimes. But thank you. So yeah, this letter is just, it's just over the top. He basically takes 4 different things, that are not totally related at all, that are not completely related, informs a a de facto no strike clause for ATU Chicago, and then demands that the union presidents disavow any actions. And he's so clever. We have the whole thing. We link it in the agenda, okay? And it's on our public Facebook page. And that can all be accessed from chicagotransitworker.com. And he basically orders our union leadership, who we elect, to disavow any, he calls, threats of job or an illegal activity. The way he writes here, a protest would be a job action. He's very ambiguous, and he does this on purpose. He's a scumbag lawyer with a whole lot of money that you and I'll never earn. And then he lectures us about all kinds of, you don't have this and you don't have that, you don't qualify for this, you don't look at. So we broke it down in the Justice Coalition. I'm sorry, it's so slow, my connection, but you know, I closed it. Anyways, the point is, everybody, this man has committed a horrible, horrible act of disrespect for labor law and the sanctity of a labor union. Whether you like Keith Hill and Dixon or not, you should be outraged. The audacity of the CTA lawyer to send an email and then just say, this is email only, which means don't post it. And then the CTA management collaborates with Local 241 leadership to post it. I don't know, maybe they planned it together on purpose. This is bad. So we do intend to take action on this, legally. But it's just totally inappropriate. Everybody, there were 2 strikes in modern history, 2 recognized strikes. And you're right, Kathy, they plan this stuff because they're not very sophisticated regarding their deception. You don't need to be sophisticated with the truth, but when it comes to deception, you got to be real sophisticated. And Brad Jensen is really sophisticated, but he's sloppy because he thinks that we all just believe what he writes without looking into it. But the only recognized strikes in CTA history, 1968, 1969, 1979, were illegal strikes. They were organized by members against the law, against the CTA's rules, okay? Yes, some people were punished for it, but they weren't permanently, nobody went to jail. But here is the CTA's lawyer threatening the union presidents with jail if these threats of a strike or other action is carried out. This is wrong. This is unethical. And Brad Jensen has really made the CTA look really, really bad. And we're going to make sure everyone knows about it. So I suggest you read that and you'll get some of our breakdown. Myself and Kathy and Andre and others did some research and put it together and helped in making sure the coalition made a statement about this horrible, horrible letter, this secret letter from attorney Brad Jensen. Look at him in those glasses. Does anyone have any comments about his glasses and the crap that he writes? There's something fascinating about it. Go ahead, Tom.
I got a comment.
Go ahead, Kathy.
Wait a minute. Tom, did you want to say something? I've been talking.
Yeah, about the strikes and they're legal or illegal. That's a bunch of bullshit. Ain't no legal strike. What company is gonna sanction a strike against their company? You know, they're all full of shit.
Right. Hey, well, I was going to say that that lawyer can take his law degree and his stupid glasses and his email, and he can shove it right up his ass. Because like Tom said, no company is going to say, yeah, okay, we're fine, you strike. No, they're not. And we shouldn't care what he says anyway.
We
And
Go
another thing is
go ahead.
they endorsing all these politicians. The politicians are the ones that are taking our rights to strike from us with these laws that they come up with. But the ATU still, oh, let's give them some money and
Right.
endorse them. You know, that's the problem. They're too much in the political game instead of worrying about what's good for their members.
And Tom, I'm glad you said that, because the Secretary Treasurer of Local 308, Deborah Cozy Lane, has blatantly admitted that she's on the payroll of Lori Lightfoot's reelection campaign as political coordinator. She's boasted about it, and this shows you they're not there. It is impossible for these people who we have elected to really help us. All right. Anybody else have anything to say? I did want to ask Andre, because he's at
I had
103rd.
else to say too,
Yeah.
if you don't.
One real
About
quick,
that.
Tom. After you speak, if Andre, you're listening, I'd like after Tom, I'd like you to talk about your opinion about why this letter was posted only at one location, which was the 103rd Street garage. But let Tom go, and then you go.
Well, my thing was about that post that Ken Franklin had made about the retiring of these officers. You remember he was saying he could save the local money and all that. I do somewhat agree with him that they should not finish their term out, because they're collecting a salary from the locals and everything else. And she is on the payroll with the politicians also. But that's a problem with the international, because it's in the bylaws that they can finish their terms out. I think once they retire, they should go, because they have no more interest in what's going on here. They want that easy check.
I agree. Go ahead. But Ken is so insecure. What do you call insincere? He just doesn't give a damn. About
Well, I
he just
know.
wants that job.
Yeah, I know he just wants that job, but he's got a point to an extent. But to say, I don't want to say I 100% agree with him, but I do agree on his principle of maybe having active people only on there. No offense to any retirees, but they've got what they got coming to them now. It's us that are willing to lose everything, because we're letting these retirees who don't give a shit negotiate for us now.
Thank you, Tom. Andre, can you?
Yeah,
Some
I
thoughts?
can hear. Okay, I will make a statement about what is taking place at 103rd. What's happening at 103rd is Keith Hill Jr., which is Executive Board Clarence Covington of 103rd, the union rep, is so wrapped up in lies against myself and another brother who made the motion that work at 103rd. He wants to try to manufacture a lie against us, saying that myself is trying to organize a strike on the property, and that's not true. You know, what take place on a meeting was a strike vote, and it was voted down. It was motioned by me to take a strike vote, and it was motioned, seconded by the brother at 103rd, and it was voted down by Clarence Covington, Keith Hill, and all the other union officials because the members don't show up. We always outnumbered at the union hall. So once we was outnumbered and the vote was done, then that particular vote right there, that was the end of it. And we went out to the properties and on Facebook and let all the members know that the union officials voted against a strike vote that the members put in place at their union meeting. And that was it. And he's out making a lie, trying to get management to get me in trouble. And right now, management haven't said nothing to me because I haven't done anything wrong. You know, I haven't done anything on the property wrong. So that's what Clarence is at. He's manufacturing this major lie. And he's trying to get telling the members that he's telling members he saved my job because I've been on the property trying to organize a strike on CTA property, and none of that's true at all. I don't even bring that conversation up. So now he's trying to prove to the members through CTA's lawyer that what can't be done with members as far as organizing a strike, and the members ain't even doing none of that. And for the life of me, why would a union official be so proud to take a direction from the CTA lawyer? When I'm the members, you know, strikes, just like Tom said, you don't supposed to get permission from the company to do anything, you know. And I gave them examples. The only 2 strikes that CTA ever had in their history, they was illegal strikes. So there was no permission by the company. So for the union officials to get a letter and put it in their union case. And when I say their union case, I'm talking about our union case. They put the letter in the members' union case to display of something that the CTA has given them, which is all this is unethical. I'm going to demand that Clarence Covington from 103rd resign because this is unethical. This is just too unethical for me to stand, and that's going to be my next campaign. He needs to resign as a union official, and Keith needs to resign too.
Thank you, and I agree. I totally agree. So you do believe that
Wait, Andre.
hang on.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, Andre, make sure you let the people know on the call about the secret meeting that me and you had with the alderman.
I forgot all about that. He's also manufacturing a lie to the members saying that me and Robert had a secret meeting with the alderman, and you too, Eric, was there, and he said I can prove it. It's
And
recorded.
they got a recording of it too. I can't wait to hear this recording.
Wait a minute.
I never met with no
Wait a minute.
alderman about nothing.
I was in a meeting with the alderman.
Yeah, he said you and me and Robert, the Yo Justice Coalition, it was in a meeting, and they're gonna be the reason that he said they're gonna be the reason that the service get cut. to instead of every 12 minutes, it's gonna be every 30 minutes. I say, Clarence, you're a bold-faced lie. And then he went to the young brother and started telling that same lie to him. I don't know if you want your name mentioned, young brother. Do you want your name mentioned, young brother, at 103rd? Because, you know, we don't want, I ain't trying to bring too much attention to you, brother, but they trying to come with a brother, and he ain't did nothing but come to work and come to union meetings. And because he come to union meetings and support what the members do, now he enemy number 1. Well, no, he enemy number 2, and I'm enemy number 1.
Well, I tell you,
Clarence is coming to this brother, telling this brother he should talk to me.
Well, Andre and Robert, I want to say I really enjoyed that meeting with that alderman because we got paid so well, and now we can retire.
Well, we didn't get paid as much as Clarence did when he took that illegal PPP loan. We still struggling to get our lavish lifestyle like him and Keith Hill. So as far as I'm concerned, Clarence Covington can kiss my big black ass.
I second that motion.
All right, let's call a vote. Clarence Covington, please raise your hand if you need Clarence Covington to kiss Robert's butt.
My hand is raised. Did you add my ass in that at the same time? Matter of fact, him and Keith Hill can kiss my ass.
Clarence and Keith.
And hold on, we're gonna add one more. Brad Johnson, you can kiss my ass too.
Brad Johnson. Hey,
Whatever his name is.
but seriously, brothers, seriously, I think Clarence Covington is too busy kissing Keith Hill's butt to have any time for us.
Well, that's why I call him little Junior Keith Hill. That's his new name. Because he want to lie like Keith so bad. And Keith don't even support him and moving on to taking Tano's place. He support Woodrow Jr. Little baby Woodrow Tion.
Oh, Tion, the CSA hater.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Tom Colangelo. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question about that strike motion. Was that carried out at the other two meetings like it's supposed to be, or did they cancel those two meetings?
They canceled all those meetings. Matter of fact, Keith he only having one meeting now, and that's the 10 o'clock meeting. He canceled the 2 o'clock meeting. He's canceled the 4 o'clock meeting. He's canceled the 7 o'clock meeting. And that's because members don't come down there. So the members don't come down. He's canceling the meeting. So they just don't come down. So now, instead of 4 meetings that 241 members supposed to have, they only having one meeting, which is the 10 a.m. meeting.
Yeah, but that motion is supposed to be read at all the meetings, I thought, and voted on.
Well, if they don't have those meetings, how do you vote on time? Keith Hill is not having those meetings.
That's what I'm saying. Is there something we could bring up and say they're not having the meeting? What?
Yeah, we can bring it up now. That strike motion is part of old business, so we can ask anything that you like pertaining to that strike motion that was brought up in the union meeting. And voted upon.
All right. So let's go to the next topic. This is really good stuff. Thank you, everybody. Please continue your conversations and keep it going. Those of you who watch the recording or listening, please keep these conversations going at work. It's important. Tuesday, very, very, very important day for local 241 members. We're going to have nominations for ATU delegates. Every spot is going to be open. How many spots for delegates is it going to be for 241? Anybody?
Is 8 regular and 4 alternates.
Okay, so there's going to be 12 spots that any 241 member who pays dues can run for, okay? We are imploring all Chicago Transit Justice Coalition members and organizers and supporters. If you are dissatisfied, which obviously you are, you got to nominate new people for these delegate spots. It's a real low level spot, but it is an elected, privileged duty to represent ATU Chicago. You'll be representing the rail and the bus. We've only got 2 Chicago Transit Justice Coalition supporters as delegates in 308. We need at least 4. We need at least 4 at 241. So all you 240, I need, let's see, who do we got here? Andre, Tom, Vicky, I don't think so, right? Yeah, not now.
Vicky can't run because she's discharged.
You discharged, okay.
They're not gonna let her run.
And Robert. So Robert, Andre, Tom, can you please commit to making sure you guys nominate each other to be delegates?
Oh, I'm gonna nominate myself. I don't need nobody to nominate me.
Well, whatever. I
And
don't
all of us
care.
make sure, and we just make sure all people that want to do something different in the union don't run in the same spot that the co-workers are running in. Try to run into a different spot. It's 8 spots. So it's 12 spots in all, but 8 actually that's active. So let's try not to bump heads into the same spot. And just be mindful that anybody that's looking to run, who's listening to this recording.
Have a good day.
All right, who's listening to this recording?
Okay.
Because me and Tom and Robert are gonna be in the same spot.
All right, do you guys coordinate with yourselves? Vicky, you got your hand up.
Yeah, the reason why that's not true. I can't run. I ran in the 2019 delegate spot. Long as I had, actually tell you my story, they tried to block me when you said that I got fired, I was fired, I couldn't run. That's a lie. I had to write to Costco. I couldn't run. Long as your union dues is paid up, and then I got a live active grievance in there, I can run. Cause I had to fight and toy on that. They said I wasn't no union, no member no more. They said that I was done. Only thing I had was just a grievance open, and I'm fired. So I didn't take their word for it. I wrote to International. I got a letter stating that, and through the bylaw, I don't have the paper with me now. They said that I'm still got an active grievance. I can run. Long as my union dues paid up, I can come to the meetings. I can be active, but the only thing I cannot do is vote. But so that just to give y'all information, I can't.
Oh, good.
If I want
Andre, so there's a little detail there we want to make sure, so we get Vicky involved. What do you say?
You know what? I was there when they tried to take her off. I don't know if she got back on, but I know they did take myself and her off.
I did. I got back on. I was nominated. I ran. Actually, I was the third person.
Okay.
Runner up. I was one of the mannequins. The mechanic won. I forgot what was his name, but he won. And then I was like,
I remember him. They went out there and protested. They advocated for that mechanic, walked them around the property, him and Pierce, and so they had a big corrupt support system behind that guy. And he probably actually won the way these guys, because they got the commissioners, they left the commissioners in their pocket also. So you might have won, Vicky. But as far as your union dues, you do not have. If you're terminated, you're right. You do not. You're right on one part, but your union dues don't have to be paid up because you've been terminated. So your union dues, as long as you got that active grievance in place, you can run. You can run for president and all them other spots too.
Correct.
Okay.
As long as you got that active grievance in place.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah.
Vicky,
He was trying to stop me. He gonna tell me my husband was on the phone. He said, "You know what, Vicky, I can give you all your union money back." So, because I know you had a hard time, you had a hard place, and don't no leader talk like that. If I'm a member, but I'm a threat to them, that's why. He said, "I'm saying no. I'm still gonna run it." They did. Him and Toy did everything they possibility to stop me from being that delegate.
Vicky,
But
Vicky. So
what it
we gotta move on. But can we get you to commit to going to this nomination Tuesday?
I'm working now. I got another job, so and then commit. I'm committed for the fight. I stand up and do what I gotta do.
So, but
Yeah,
someone can nominate you. Someone can nominate you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
right now, I'm not paying no union dues right now, so that's
Oh.
out of the question. I'm good, but I support y'all 100%.
Okay, but
You don't
Vicky,
have to pay your union dues. You gotta have a grievance.
yeah, Vicky.
Okay, yeah, I have an actor. Yes, it says you do have to pay your union dues, so I can give you I send the documentation to you.
Okay, look, Vicky, it's okay though. Okay, if what we can do is attempt, and they can throw it out if it doesn't work. But you would go along with that, right? You would go along with someone nominating you, right?
Yeah, I like to go all the way. I don't throw nothing out. I like to cross all my I's, dot my T's, all of that. I don't throw out nothing. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't like that.
So
I like to fight all the way. I like to be legit.
So you don't want to be nominated, right?
Not now. It's not now.
Not now.
But
Okay,
I'm
thank
staying
you.
with y'all 100.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so Tom, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to attend the meeting because my hours changed. But if somebody wants to nominate me, they can. And I don't think Nicole's gonna be there either.
Okay, so we need those who are gonna go, because I know Nicole is open. She's told me. So we need those who are here at 241 to put Tom and Nicole in there to nominate them, okay? Anyone here can't do that? Okay. All right, good. So can I ask maybe somebody to commit to make sure it happens? No, okay. I understand.
I'll nominate Nicole or Tom or however many people I can.
I was thinking about Nicole. She had to come back within 3 days to she's still out the country. I don't know if she's supposed to come back.
Well, let's just do it,
Anybody?
okay? Let's just do it, and then whatever happens, happens, okay?
Okay, 10 for.
All right. So
I had to step off.
we have some new people in the group here. They just came in. Let's have some brief introductions. Looks like James is here. James, can you introduce yourself, please?
How you doing, everybody? It's James, former flagger. I got introduced by Eric to attend the meeting to be more educated and to understand CTA policy and how everything works.
Oh, great, brother. Great to have you, James. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then we have
Welcome, Brother James.
we have 4780. That number looks so familiar. Maybe it's Willette. And then we have Robert. And Vicky. I think you guys introduced yourself. I don't remember. If not, just say it. Okay, so James, Vicky.
Robert Thomas.
Yep.
Sorry, Eric.
Go ahead.
Robert Thomas, 103rd Street Garage, bus operator.
Great. And then Vicky, former bus operator, right? Hopefully we get you back or in some form. Okay. All right. Let's finish this up. Satisfaction survey. So I want to get y'all's feedback on this. It would be great if our unions had monthly surveys for the membership. Surveys are a great way to get a pulse of the sentiment of a community, right? And we're a community here at the CTA. So I drafted this satisfaction survey. I was thinking we could publish it every month. And, you know, it'd be a good way too to, you know, get people on our mailing list for the meetings. And here it is. It's real simple, real short. Which local are you a member? Looking back on the past 30 days, how satisfied are you that your local is a strong organization that supports you as a worker? Very satisfied to very dissatisfied. And then looking back on the past 30 days, how satisfied are you with your local president? Very satisfied to, I never met, heard, or read anything from him. And then optional, put the name of the officer or steward who helped you in the space below. So basically, if anyone was represented, right, in a discipline hearing. So what do y'all think of this? Any feedback?
I think that's a
I
great
think
idea.
it's I think it's a
The survey
I think it's a great start.
Okay, a great
You know,
start.
this is where we can gauge the members as we get the feedback from them. We can put it out in our meetings, and more members will be part of it. We got a lot of safety issues that the members want to cry out about, and we can keep that level of attention because all these safety issues are not getting addressed. These porta parties, that's still a major issue. It's not getting addressed. It's not even being brought up by the people that's elected in the union. So the members, and when the time is coming, don't nobody want to go on a block of ice, Dorval, and the mayor, and Keith Hill, and Clarence Covington. Don't nobody want to go on a block of ice. So these members, you need to keep speaking up about this.
Great. So I should add a field in there. We don't want to put too much because if the survey is too long, people tend to not want to do it. So
But that's why you make it simple.
right.
You make it simple and short.
Well, that's what it is. But
Three questions, 4 questions.
okay, so are you saying I should get rid of this question at the end, or replace it, or add what you said?
I can't see the question at the end. What's the question at the end?
Please type the name of the officer or steward who helped you in the space below.
No, I think they're come on, Eric. Please type in officer. Ain't nobody out here doing what they supposed to do. The members might think they doing what they supposed.
Okay.
They might got help from
That's fine, that's fine. But let's
like that. But please offer.
tell me what it should say. You were saying, are there other topics that is there something you're concerned about at work?
What issues? Right. What issues are you having at work and being in a local union? And what issues are you having with the union? Any officers you have any issues with that in the local? Do you feel like the officers are doing what they supposed to do in the union? And give their name and what do they do? Something like that. And you want to know why as a member, why are you not participating? Why are you not directing your union?
Well, that's another question. So I think let's just keep it really short. So the what concerns do you have? What other concerns do you have about work or your union? Does that sound like what you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else has comments? Robert, you were saying something.
Little statement.
Okay.
No, I think that's good. I think that's good. How are we gonna distribute this survey besides on Facebook?
Unfortunately, it has to be online. It can't be a anything to print out. It's going to have to be online, public, through Facebook, Twitter, our website, whatever. What do you think?
I think it's good. It's a lot of people on these pages, at least 1,000 or more people on each one of these Facebook pages that have been created by the membership. you know, the main ones we use. So yeah, I think it's okay to have it online. I think it's okay for them to formulate it and calculate it on online on Facebook.
Okay. And then we'll make all the results public, okay? Make all the results public, all right?
Tenfold.
All right. And then their email address will be kept confidential. That just allows them to do I guess the advantage of having their email is twofold. One is it keeps people from submitting the same survey over and over and over again. And then the other one is that we get to collect contact information to try to invite people to our classes. Is that okay? Or you think that shouldn't be an issue?
And another thing we should you want to put in, if we can, when you go to the next survey, when you have one survey to the next month survey, the question did from the last complaint that you had from last month's survey, were there any improvements? Was there any movements? And if so, who and what were those movements on your last complaint? Because basically, we don't want people just complaining and then they don't understand it. It's supposed every complaint should have a result. We should be always gearing towards fixing the problem.
Well, my concern is then that's just more, because frankly, I'm gonna have to manage this thing and I'm already juggling too much. So to go and try to have to follow up and keep track of that stuff, that's why I'm saying if we just keep it public, that way the members will enforce it. You know what I mean? The members will ask, well, hey, what happened to this problem? You know what I mean? And then the person who might know about it might say something. You know what I mean? Otherwise, we're gonna have to keep track of this stuff. It's a lot.
Okay, I understand. Tenfold.
We have Kathy, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. There's two quick things I wanted to say. Well, really three. The feedback has been quite a problem today, and hopefully next time it won't be the same way. But I think that the letter that the Chicago Transit Justice Coalition, or the response to that lawyer's letter, it would really be so good if a copy of that response could be posted in the bathrooms at 103rd, so nobody would know who put it up, or left on the buses, or maybe I could come out there and hand them out, because it's a good response, and not everybody's on Facebook, and it would be a good agitating tool. It would be a good, might be good for discussion.
Since this is recorded in public, I think if it happens to show up somewhere in a non-work area, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna need evidence, and they ain't gonna get any evidence. I mean, we're talking about it, but that doesn't mean anybody.
No, we don't believe. Yeah, we don't believe in vandalizing CTA property at all.
No.
We just believe in educating the members, like a real union. That's what a real union does, right?
Right. And I think about the survey. I think it's a good idea. And it would be good if there could be some paper copies of it. You wouldn't have to keep track of it, of the people's answers. I mean, it would just be so good if people, and maybe they're already talking about it. They gotta be. People are ready.
It would be good, but the problem with that is then it's kind of like people will get their hopes up if something can be done about it. And it's just, I know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be the one compiling the data, and I just can't juggle all that stuff on my 2 days off. You know what I mean?
But you don't have to just ignore the data, because I don't think people believe anything's gonna change because they voice their concerns. Because people have been voicing their concerns. I think people kind of know, either they believe it's not going to change, or it's going to have to be something pretty big. I'm just saying maybe we could heat shit up a little bit more.
Yeah, we could always do better. I agree with you. It's just I don't like to think like that. I think that's kind of cynical. That you know, I don't want to take that cynical any cynical approach, but I do understand where you're coming from. And I
Yeah.
seriously want to compile the data, though. I am a big
Okay.
believer in it as a way to measure, you know, sentiment. You know what I mean? I mean, when I had my business,
Yeah.
you know, for 18 years, I really relied on customer feedback, you know, and it just doesn't exist at our union. It's barely exists at the CTA. So, but thank you. And I really appreciate that. Anyone else had any thoughts? And then we're going to move on. All right, Tom was asking on another topic, any update on the polo shirts? I know Robert was trying to help out with that.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to finalize that before the end of the weekend. So I will I'll have an answer for him by today or tomorrow if we could get it at the price that we spoke on, and if not, then we can just go ahead and go with the same day local place. That's where I'm
Thank
at
you.
with that one.
Thank you very much. And so I just answered the questions here. Yes, good, and yes. So monthly survey, I'm gonna strive to help set that up for everybody. Softball game. So we did, you know, we did a little thing with this, the Blazers softball team. Did some photos. I showed that at the last meeting. They are definitely looking forward to us. Brother Robert put together this beautiful banner that we can use at a table or hold it up for the Justice Coalition. So we have a little softball team we can sort of sponsor. So as we stumble around trying to coordinate with them, I'll be in touch with all of you organizers, okay? Any questions? Now, one thing that can't forget about is the Midway Hour of Power. It's a protest on, it's an off the clock protest at Midway Terminal on July 29th at 4 p.m. This was a democratically decided time and location. It was completely open to all members and supporters. We have flyers, and we need help distributing flyers in the break rooms, parking lots, never to people in their work areas. Can I have some members that would commit to taking a stack? I know, Andre, you got a stack from me. If you need more, let me know. We got to cover the orange line. I'm hoping I'm going to be over this stupid COVID, and I can hit the orange line. But we really need to cover this, the orange line. Anybody? All right. So maybe you can send me a direct message. I'm sure you don't want to really make it public, what you intend to do, but it would be really nice to have your help, because the more flyers we have in front of people, I think the more successful it will be. It sounds like we're gonna have some solidarity support there too from other workers at other unions. So that would be cool. got some really cool flyers. So please let me know. I will print them out and I will actually mail them to your house. On my own dime, you not have to pay for anything. All right, finally, political consultant meeting. Brother Robert and myself and Brother Andre met with a political consultant to get some ideas about ways we could improve the Justice Coalition. Not sure I was too on board with everything he said, but if Robert and I think one of Robert and Andre, I'm sure you have something to say, but I think pretty much everything he said though was what we're doing, which was really kind of cool to hear. So Robert and Andre, do you have anything out to say?
Yeah, I think meeting with him for me myself, it was pretty good, good to hear somebody kind of solidify what we already been doing. In other words, we doing the right thing, and he don't even know because he don't even know, what we're doing. So he's saying the things that we've been doing. So we're doing what works, and he understand what works. So it was a good conversation. Appreciate Brother Robert for introducing them to me.
Yeah,
And that's it.
definitely. It was a great experience. Brother Robert, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, I think the meeting went well. I think he has a vast amount of knowledge and experience in the political arena. So it would be good to have him on board to, consult us and help us with anything that we may need, such as the upcoming elections.
All right. Yeah, especially for that. He seems to be really he seems to be a man that's knows how to deal with electoral politics and stuff, which is nasty, but it's a reality because that's how we choose our leadership. Yeah. Tom Coangelo, go ahead.
I had a question, but I didn't want to record it, so I'll
Hang on.
wait till you finish.
All right, let me let me pause the recording. Hang on. Kathy says she would help pass out flyers at Midway. So good. And then we got others will be stepping up here. Pause record. Okay. I'm sorry, everybody kind of lost my place. Facebook advertising. So we haven't moved too much on anything new yet. We haven't moved anything new, but the last thing we did as we reported is we got 2 new members to sign up to register with the coalition, which was really cool. Right now we've confirmed that we have $149 in the budget, and we have our banner maybe almost paid for. It's kind of a crappy spreadsheet, frankly. I made it. I think we just need to set up a Quicken and a budget account, make it a little easier to keep track. We're doing our best, right? Reminders. Chicago Transit Justice Coalition barbecue poll. So yeah, it looks like we'll do something with the Blazers. We're still good on hoping to do that. Still got to work on a petition, possibly for getting an IVP to visit our locals, but we've been calling for that in letters to the international and they just ignore us. So these IVPs probably all suck anyways. Don't forget about the workers' contract. This is a damn good contract. Let's make it happen. Wow, these dates are off here. But we have a local 241 membership meeting Tuesday, and that's where we need you to nominate others and maybe yourself. And we have one next Tuesday at local 308. And candidate forum, oh my God, right? So we need some people to fill these out. We need to build our slate. And the merger poll of the locals hasn't changed since last time. And we have a not-for-profit work that we're going on, trying to make this. And the Justice Coalition newsletter, I have content now. Now I have to put it together. I would have done it this weekend, but I can't work in the office. My wife is keeping me up here in the bedroom until I can get over this COVID crap. Very sorry that I'm holding everyone up. So we're done with the meeting. Is there anything anyone would like to discuss? We got word about Brother Sylvester, but we still, I asked Brother Craig if he could please come in the meeting, but I just think we're just missing each other. Hopefully we'll get him in a meeting sometime to tell us what's going on with Brother Sylvester. Let's just decide any final discussion, anybody, any questions, any concerns? Okay, none heard. You're like, we need you to shut up, Eric. Your voice sounds terrible.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Did you want this to be public or is this a personal thing or?
Hold on, I'm trying to gather myself to say the right question.
It's okay.
Quick question. So if you try to get your job back, right? And if the union refuses it with the votes, what's the next steps?
So if you mean like you're saying you submitted a grievance about something and you want to know if they reject it,
Yes.
the officers, they vote no to arbitrate. Right? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
at our local, when that happens, it's very important for you to show up at the next membership meeting where your case will be brought up. And you want to tell all the people that support you, the coworkers that know that you did nothing wrong, and you deserve your job. You tell them to come and vote yes on sending your case to arbitration, because the leadership is, if they decide that you don't deserve to have your job back, we, the membership, can override what they want. And that's the real good thing about going to the membership meeting, is you can actually be there to help people get their jobs. Does that answer your question?
Yes, and also at the meeting, is it also a way where I can voice my opinion? Like what is brought up in the vote? If my case is voted no.
Okay. So when what they're gonna do, let's just say they say no, they're not gonna arbitrate. They will say, is Brother James in the room? And they're gonna say, is there anything you'd like to say? And then you can actually stand up before the membership, introduce yourself, pass out copies of your documentation, whatever you want to do. And you can state your case and answer people's questions about what you went through. On other topics, you can always voice your opinion. You can ask questions and you can make statements, and you can actually motion for things to happen. You can actually boss the union leadership around. It's your membership meeting. It's not theirs. And that's the beauty of it. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Cool. Oh man, it's a damn good question. A lot of us don't know about that. So anybody else? Okay. All right, so let's decide on our next meeting, everybody. It's we'd like to do a Sunday at 1:30. I would like to do that, but what do you all want? I'm off Saturdays and Sundays. Are we good for that? Anybody have a date?
Should it be before or after the Midway demonstration?
I think it would be great to have one on the 17th,
Okay, that sounds good to me.
July 17th. Anybody disagree? All right, well then it's July 17th at 1:30. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. I am spent.
You.
Let's wrap it up. Y'all take care.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.